Welcome to So True. And today's devotional is entitled Sleep Well. And it's based on the text of Psalm 4, 1 through 8. The news of Japan's surprise and savage attack upon the American fleet at Pearl Harbor on December the 7th, 1941, was a bittersweet affair to the British wartime leader, Sir Winston Churchill. Bitter in the sense that he mourned the great loss of ships and sailors in this unprovoked attack. Sweet in the sense that it had become the catalyst for America's entry into the Second World War. The sleeping giant had been awakened, and now the tide would surely turn against Germany. The country of his mother's birth would now be arrayed on Britain's side. It is reported that on the evening of that infamous day in December, Churchill said, quote, "Tonight I shall sleep the sleep of the saved and thankful." The sleep of the saved. Now there is an interesting and intriguing phrase. By inference, Churchill's words assume that those who know God and are known to God sleep better than most, or at least they ought to. Their rest is not in downy pillows or soft pillow top mattresses, but in trusting God, who can be trusted with all their cares and all their concerns. Don't we love Psalm 55 verse 2, "Cast your burden on the Lord and he will sustain you"? Don't we equally love 1 Peter 5:7, "Cast your care on him for he cares for you"? King David is a case in point when it comes to the sleep of the saved. For he writes in the 4th Psalm, "In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me to dwell in safety." That's verse 8 of Psalm 4. Now, the backdrop of this psalm seems to be Absalom's rebellion, which is recorded in 2 Samuel chapters 15 through 18, which makes these words pop out even more. David is at rest amidst unrest. David is at peace amidst war. And the question that is raised, how was he able to sleep at all? Well, if you look at our text, there are several things suggested. Number one, God's smile in verse 6. He talks about how God will lift up his countenance or his face on David. He lives under the smile of God. He talks about not only God's smile, but God's sufficiency. How God has given him a joy that's a joy that exceeds the joy of the time of harvest. And then he talks about God's security, of how God keeps him safe as he lies down to sleep. Think about that. True calm and true contentment depends not on circumstances, but on God's loving kindness, on God's promised faithfulness, on God's great sufficiency. David was able to sleep in the presence of his enemies, just as Jesus was able to sleep in the midst of the storm. Statistics tell us that 70 million Americans have trouble sleeping. 30 tons of aspirins, sleeping pills, and tranquilizers are consumed every day in the United States. America is up when she should be down. If that is you, then let me suggest a couple of things. One, pray to God for the gift of sleep. Psalm 127 verse 2 says that sleep is a gift from God. Two, ask your Father in heaven to tuck you in with the sure and certain knowledge that in the morning you will find new mercies for the coming day, right? Lamentations 3:22-23, new every morning are his mercies, because God is faithful. And thirdly, let God work the night shift. Psalm 121 verse 4 reminds us that God neither slumbers nor sleeps. While you sleep, God is awake, attending to your every need regarding your yesterday, your coming today, and your tomorrow. You can rest and sleep, for God is at work on your behalf. Even though at times It might seem as if God is sleeping or snoring. It's never the case. I don't have time to delve into this in any great manner, but if you read Esther chapter 6, you'll learn how God turns the tables on Mordecai's enemy, Haman, even as Mordecai sleeps. Ironically, Haman will be hanged on the very gallows he had built for Mordecai, Esther 7 verse 10, which all illustrates the fact that God's got your back, even when you're asleep on your back. So go ahead and lie down and sleep the sleep of the saved.